Hi everyone, this is the second video I'm making following Molly's passing, going over the Rainbow Bridge. The first one I made was to thank people, thank people for all the money gifted to help with her. I have thanked all these people individually, but I thought I'd make a joint video of all of them to let you all know what I have received for anybody who's new to the Border Terrier channel. And also I wanted to document it so that I can save it on Molly's YouTube channel, so in times I can look back at how lucky we are to have all of you to support us. As you can see, I've got Molly next to me, right here, in her little casket. And I also have some of her ashes in my necklace, and I've got some in a little urn. I have still got some, haven't I? Some more ashes if I ever want to put them in anything else. But yeah, I just thought I'd just document this so that I've got it to look back at. So, first of all, I didn't mention this in the last video. I put it in the annotation part at the end. I just want to thank Sandy Maskell so much for arranging the fundraiser and for pretty much putting up with me through lockdown. We've laughed, we've cried. Oh gosh, we've gone through every single emotion going. I've turned up at a house, nearly given a heart failure. To surprise her, you know, it's just been a multitude of emotions, and I don't know how I'd have got through this time without her, and obviously all of you. And Sandy arranged the fundraiser, which raised approximately £2,800 altogether, because it was split between the Just Giving funds and also some donations on PayPal, and then some money that was sent to me separately. So thank you so much, Sandy, for that. And also, Sandy, thank you, because she got me a red bird box, which I fell in love with when we were shopping at a garden centre near her in Ellesmere Port. And she's also made me a keyring with Molly on it, which is gorgeous. It's sat in the car at the moment. And also I've got 2 plaques for the garden. I've not put them in the garden yet though, Sandy, because the weather's poop, and also we've had fences put up and the boundaries changed, so I've gained a metre more land, and the land is behind Molly's flower bed and it's all been left with rocks and rubble, so I'm waiting to sort that. So the next people I want to thank are Glenys Malkin and Darcy for the beautiful flowers that you sent. Angela Storer for the flowers as well. Auntie Leslie and Sherry, which are my 2 best friends that I've known for 23 years, for their beautiful flowers. The Miss Pepper Reporters group, who made a beautiful card and sent some gorgeous roses. They were just beautiful. Auntie Wendy for the wonderful poem that you've written. Penny Hanby for the portrait, which is now on the wall in the middle there. The other portraits are from, I've got them written down, Christine Smith, which is that one, and Peter Shields, that one. So they're pride of place. And if any of you are wondering what's behind me, the most beautiful blanket, which Ali Grieve sent, and it's literally got all my favourite pictures of me and Molly, and on the back of it, it's full of individual photographs that I've shared over Facebook over the years. So it's such a lovely thing to have. I don't sleep with it, I don't cuddle under it, I just want to protect it. We have 2 settees in the living room. One is, the one that this is on isn't the one it lives on. This is mine and Molly's settee where we cuddle, or we did cuddle, should I say. underneath this side, Molly's cushion is still there, and her little reindeer blanket and cushion, because I just can't move them. I just love it, and they still smell of hers. So sometimes I'll be watching telly and then I'll just go and lie on it. So I've not put that away. And then this blanket lives on the other settee, so when I'm watching television I can see her. So thank you so much, Ali, for that. Auntie May Hines, she sent me the most beautiful bath bombs, and honestly they really helped during lockdown. I got my water bill this morning though, and I was like, oh, I really need to cut down having 2 baths a day. It's so not good for the expense. But it's what gets me through. So what can you say? Also, thank you to Michelle and Mike Colley and their beautiful boys. They sent me a willow tree ornament, and it has a girl holding a beautiful bunch of forget-me-nots, and it's treasured on Molly's bedside table on her side. Louise George for the beautiful cut, which is full of photographs of Molly, which is absolutely beautiful. Caroline Picker, thank you so much for arranging the prayer, which Rosie Relish read out in church. They did a service from their home, and it really touched my heart. And also I have been tuning into their services and finding it quite not cathartic, what's the word, making me feel more mindful and sort of at peace, really. Susie Horsley for the beautiful roses that you sent me. I have planted, once the roses fell off, I have planted it in the garden to see if it will come back. Fingers crossed it does. Martin, or Martin is Molly's uncle Martin. Her uncle Stephen lives upstairs, and him and Stephen would sit at the bottom of the garden having a beer, chilling out in the summer months over the last few years. And Molly, as soon as she looked through the patio door, she was like, ooh, ooh, like this, you know, like wanting to go out to him. She absolutely loved them both. And she'd go bounding down the garden, and some nights they'd be burning on the fire pit, and Stephen would shout up, do you want to bring her in? She's going to stink, because he knew I hated her smelling. And she'd just look at me and say, Mummy, don't spoil my fun. I said, it's all right, she can have a bath. And I'd be bathing her at 11 o'clock at night, you know, showering her in Snow Fairy so that she could get in bed with me. But no, she loved it. And I asked him, because he's absolutely brilliant with his hands and wood, of course, and he made Molly's bird table. And when he turned up, he put it all together. And the only instructions I said is I wanted, you know, it like to have a little, well, you've all seen the picture without me waffling on, but he actually put the Molly rainbow on the front. And I had to walk inside because I was crying. I was just so touched by that. And it's weird because I never thought how much Molly meant to so many other people. So yeah, it really does mean a lot, that. Jill Skinner, you sent me the most beautiful flowers that were in a card. They were beautiful, thank you so much. Auntie Tracy and Daisy sent me a beautiful card with Tinkerbell on, one of my favourite Disney characters. Auntie Lisa Loudermilch, Molly's made Molly a cushion. No, made a cushion with Molly on it, which is literally looking at me now. It's beautiful. Auntie Laurie Krug for Canada made a mobile. That is just absolutely stunning. Auntie Heather, Ellis and Bridie, they sent me a card to thank me for the tablets that I sent. And there were some pennies inside from Bridie to get myself a Starbucks, a Friday treat. And it was lovely to be able to do that and think of Molly and also Bridie. I actually got a little cream for Bridie and photographed it and sent it to them, or videoed it, I can't remember which it was. Molly Louise, actual Molly, we arranged well before we knew about this. I wrote a list of all the Lush bath bombs I would like, because obviously we couldn't go into the store, they were closed. And I talked with her and I'd press the buttons, and I know I sound nuts, but I don't care. It's just, you know, and also she curbed my spending. And yeah, so I ordered the bath bombs that I'd chosen with her, and they came for our anniversary on May the 31st. And also, I've not shown these. I need to get them quickly. I got these trainers. Bear in mind, she's already got me some Vans for Mother's Day. I really like Nike Air Force trainers. And so I ordered these, and I asked Molly what she thought. And she does this thing where she, like, you know, she agreed, but she kiss it. And then I've got these. On Air Force Ones, you get a tab that says Air Force One. It's still underneath. And I've got this made from on Facebook, and on this one it says with lots of little hearts around it, "Mummy, I may no longer walk by your side." And on the other foot it says, "But I'm forever in your heart, love from Molly." So I've got her with me when I walk, and obviously her favourite trainers because she chose them. So Brenda Kenny sent me a beautiful picture from which she handmade, and it's got one of our favourite photographs of a place we used to spend a lot of time. Sounds quite sad, but Molly loved Burton Wood. Services on the M62 junction, just after junction 9, if anyone's in that area. And there was a big grass area, and I used to say to jump to Starbucks in the park, she'd run up and down that grass verge for ages, and I'd just be sat having my coffee, and she'd come back to me and get a bit of cream and then run back off and go and sniff around the trees. And, you know, so many people had come up to me saying, "You want to be careful, you know, she could end up in front of a lorry." But I just trusted her, and she was so well behaved. I only need to call her from one side and she'd come straight back. But yeah, it was a bit of a risk, I suppose. Rebecca and Bear, they sent me a willow tree ornament, which goes lovely with the one I got off Mike and Michelle Colley. And that's with the other one on Molly's side of the bed. Side table. Glennis, I've already mentioned this, but obviously it's on my gift list, sent money. The garden is from all of you with the money raised, and I finished it on the 12th of June, but we've had fences put in because there was issues outside going on or something. I don't know, it's something between the landlord that owns these properties and the landlord that owns next door. They didn't put a fence boundary up. So there's like temporary fences, but apparently it was on the land here. So anyway, they've sorted it, but it just means I've got an extra sort of metre of garden that needs sorting, because obviously Molly's plants are out there and it's a bit chaotic. So I'm waiting to hear before I can carry on with that. Violet Perry for the hanging decorations. Karen, Russell and Romeo sent me the most beautiful Lush bath bombs set. I've still got a couple of those left, and when I have a moment, when I'm thinking about Molly, and now when I have a bath, I also think of you, Karen, with your loss of Romeo, and I'm so sorry you're going through that. Bosley, George and Maggie, Boodle Bums, good morning Boodle Bums, sent me a photo card and a photo drawn of Molly, which I love. And Bosley, if you're listening, it's my birthday on the 21st of November. And I won't have Molly here to get me any presents, which I don't mind. Well, I do mind Molly, but we can sort that bit. But I would really, really love it, and you would make my world, if you could do me a Boodle Bums video for me. So if you're listening, Bosley, please. Also, Helen, Zach and CJ sent me a beautiful card. I'm thinking as well that it sounds awful, but this beautiful plaque. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't them. They sent me the card, but I've got this beautiful plaque, a heart-shaped plaque for the garden, and I haven't written down who it was from. But it came through Amazon, so I know the person told me at the time, but if you can message me and let me know, because it's in the garden and obviously I can document it. Tracy for the pocket full of hugs. I literally carry the pocket full of hugs in my jeans. And then Lily and Charlie have got theirs, and the white butterfly is on Lily's cage, because in Preston, Preston North End football team, even though I support Liverpool, is known as the Lily Whites, their nickname, and obviously because Lily is white, she's got the white one. Jeanette and Bailey sent me some Lush Snow Fairy shower gel, which is fantastic. Kim Harding sent me these beautiful plaques of Molly, Lily and Charlie that they made. And finally, Cheryl Forbes sent me some American dollars. So thank you all so much for all your gifts. I'm sorry it's took me so long to actually make a video to talk to you all, but I just want you to know I really, really appreciate everything that you have sent me, and also for your continuing support. I don't intend to leave the Border Terrier group. Some days are harder to look than others, which is why a lot of the time I tend to post directly on my name rather than the Silver Border group. But I can't remember what I was going to say. My mind's just gone blank. But yeah, thank you so much. It's really helped me get through a difficult time. And keep safe. Look after yourselves in lockdown. Give those Border Terriers of yours an extra big hug and an extra big squeeze from me, because Auntie Joanne loves you all, sweetheart. Boys and girls, Auntie Joanne loves you so much, and she wishes she could give you all a snuggle and give you all the snacks, as Molly would want all the snacks. So one of the things I said to her at the end is, when you go, Molly, get the biggest cream and all the snacks. And she just looked at me as I'd say. And then I said to her, I bet over the Rainbow Bridge you don't have to watch your figure, so nobody will nag you for having cream. And she just looked at me as I'd say, right, I'm off. You know what I mean? So yeah, it has been hard. I've been, you know, there's lots of times where I've cried my eyes out and I think life is unfair. Why did they take her? But God only takes the best. And Border Terriers are definitely the best. And Bosley. And all the other fans on here as well. I don't mean that. But Border Terriers are just such lovely dogs. I think if I ever was to get another one, so please don't hound me with, you know, you should. If I ever was to get another, it probably would be a Border Terrier. But at the moment, I need to concentrate on getting better, because I've got a few things that are not quite right with my health that I need to sort out. And also, what's the word? Stand up on my own 2 feet a bit more, and be a grown up. Because for 8 years I've hidden behind Molly and my mum being poorly, because obviously it's 26 weeks today since I last saw my mum, and it's really hard because I was going there every day, and you don't realise how much somebody means to you. And I sometimes I will literally break down crying because I just miss my mum. Like everybody does, though. You know, you miss your mum, you miss your dog, or you miss your partner, or, you know, you miss a loved one. Or, I mean, one of the things I really do miss in lockdown is having a hug. Because I literally, you know, spent the first 7 weeks of lockdown with Molly, and Molly gave the best hugs. You know, she had one paw here, one paw there, and she'd really, you know, snuggle into me. And I really do miss having a hug. But when the time is right, that will happen. I said to my dad the other week, I was upset. And I went, Dad, I really need a hug. I said, can you spare me one? I know all your hugs are for Mum, but... And he just gave me a big squeeze. It was lovely. But we're not a huggy-huggy. We don't have a huggy-huggy father-daughter relationship. But, yeah. But lockdown has really taught us a lot. And most of all, it's taught us to treasure those that you love. And be thankful for what you have. And I say a lot, don't I? So, yeah, rather than me waffle on any longer, I'm going to upload this now to YouTube. And as and when I can, I will upload other little videos. Like on the very last night, I read Molly a bedtime story. Videoed it, not knowing it was the last ever bedtime story. And it happens to be my favourite book that I read to children when I was in school all the time. So I will message, you know, link them in like I've done this, and link, what do YouTubers say? What? Follow the link down below. But yeah, I will link it onto the my brain's gone. Lockdown brain. I will link it so you can just click on it and go straight to YouTube. So yeah, take care and give all your Border Terriers a big hug and a snuggle. And can you kiss them there for me? Because that's where I love to kiss them, Ollie. A big kiss there. I've always kissed dogs on that part of the head. So yeah, give them all a big kiss from their Auntie Joanne. Okay, love you all. Mwah.